Now we'll tackle the bottom list, which currently looks like this. And the reason it looks like it does is for two reasons. So LIs by default, so each one of these is an LI tag, a list item. They are block level, so they will go under each other. In addition, you can see that the A tags, which have the same styling as the top A's, think they are 100% wide, even though their text ends here. And that is because A tags currently are switched to be block level elements. So if I inspect it and I look at the A, I go over to the right, I can see that that has this display block in there. If I uncheck that, now it understands where those borders are, and it's sizing those A's based on their interior text. So if I then change them to block elements, they take up a whole block. I'm going to leave them block because it'll be helpful for us, and then later on I'll circle back and talk about what happens when you've forgotten to make the A's block. Okay, so our job here is to make these LIs go side by side, not by floating them this time, but by using display inline or inline block. Either one will work in this case. For this second list, I'd also like to take the bullets off, so let me do that first. It looks like I narrowed that down so far that it only affected the nav primary, and I'd like both navs to be affected. So I'll save and refresh. That's looking good. Okay, now let's tackle the LIs. I have an empty rule for LI already because I decided to put the styling on the A tag. Display inline block. So this will be for the second nav bar. Bottom nav bar. Okay. This says, behave as if you're a block level element in terms of width and height and margin and padding and stuff, but otherwise behave like you're an inline element. Okay, refresh. Wow, that looks just really awesome. That was super easy. I didn't have to apply a clear fix at all. So this is another really nice option for making horizontal lists that doesn't involve float, just in case you were wondering about that. I do want to call your attention to one small item, and that is if right now this is working well because the A tags are set to be block level. If I uncheck this, so if I didn't have this block level, then I start losing some margin and padding and stuff. And the reason why I'm losing that is because as soon as those A's are no longer a block, its surrounding LI tag, and thus the UL, does not really understand how much space they're actually taking up with their extra margin and padding. It's only looking at the text to determine the height of those A's. So it makes the LIs think that they're not holding as much as they really are. So if you're doing something like this and fiddling around and the margin and padding are acting kind of screwy, and you're doing things with block level elements and changing them to inline, behave like inline or floating, just have a quick look through your tag hierarchy and see if you have any inline elements that might be affecting things. In this case, it's really important that we have made the A tags display block, because then everybody who is holding that A understands how big they actually are.